Breaking now on KGW News, a Portland road rage shooter just convicted of murder and attempted murder. We have the details on the verdict and the incident that killed one and injured another. Plus, another body recovered in the Willamette River. Deputies say it is the sixth one found in the same month. And later.
Very difficult decision. We're all very attached to the story.
Customers are saying goodbye to a local thrift store they love dearly. It's a unique place that helped many kitties find their forever home. Your News at Noon starts right now.
We, the jury, find Jeffrey Hammond as to count 1, murder in the second degree, guilty.
That is the verdict in a deadly road rage shooting in Portland. After a mistrial in December, a second jury found Jeffrey Hammond right there guilty on the 2 most serious charges. Thank you for joining us. I'm China Green. We have a lot of breaking news to get to you this afternoon. But in the road rage case, jurors also found Hammond guilty of attempted murder in the second degree. This incident happened back in 2023 outside the Moxie Hotel on Southwest Alder and 10th Avenue. Hammond was an Uber driver, and surveillance video shows him getting into an altercation with another driver. From inside his vehicle, he shot and killed Ryan Martin. A short time later, Hammond also shot Sam Gomez, who was recording the aftermath on his phone. Hammond turned himself in immediately after and argued it was self-defense. But today, the jurors unanimously found him guilty on both felonies.
And watching them testify and sob about what they saw, watching jurors sob as they gave their verdict, it just shows how brutal and how horrific this incident was.
Hammond is scheduled to be sentenced in June. And in another breaking news here locally, Multnomah County Sheriff's Office says a body was found in the Willamette River yesterday near Terminal 4 in North Portland. Deputies say it is the 6th body to be discovered in the Willamette River in April. And for context here, 3 bodies were recovered last year in April in the same river. Medical examiners are working to determine the identity and the cause of death of this latest body found. And now to breaking news nationally. President Donald Trump said that he is naming Secretary of State Marco Rubio as acting national security advisor. The move replaces former national security advisor Mike Waltz, who Trump is now nominating for ambassador to the United Nations. So the shakeup comes after Waltz inadvertently added a Jeffrey Goldberg, it's a journalist and editor of The Atlantic magazine, to a private chat with other top national security officials. In that chat, the officials discussed military strikes in Yemen. Trump announced the move shortly after the news broke that Waltz and his deputy Alex Wong were departing the administration. And in another national breaking news story for you, a Trump-appointed federal judge has permanently blocked the Trump administration from detaining, transferring, or removing Venezuelans under the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. The ruling marks the first time that the federal judge has declared President Donald Trump's use of the Alien Enemies Act unlawful. In March, the Trump administration invoked the act to deport 2 plane loads of alleged Venezuelan gang members to El Salvador. All right, taking a live look now at Pioneer Courthouse Square and the state capitol building in Salem. Rallies and protests are set to begin across the state for International Workers' Day, also called May Day. You can see a good amount of them in tents over there in Salem getting ready for it. Here are some of the details on your screen about what you can expect. The one at Pioneer Courthouse Square, it's expected to start at 4:30 p.m., so about 4.5 hours away from that. But the most recent rally downtown was the protest of the Trump administration. This is video from 2 weeks ago we got. Some of the same groups that put that rally on are organizing these May Day events. Both Peabody and Portland police tell us that none of the marches have been permitted, but police say that they are aware of them and are prepared.
For any large event like this, we always have dedicated resources for those, and so you're going to see dialogue officers out there trying to work with folks and negotiate and build social contracts to ensure that we've got safe facilitation of whatever route they're choosing. Right now, we don't know what those routes are.
We also have a full list of other events in the metro area online for those who either want to avoid the crowds or learn more about the protest. And today is the first day of May. We're expecting the warmest day on record. Rod Hill is joining us up on the weather deck. It's sunny and pretty out there.
Yeah, warmest day of the year, China. You know, so far we've been as warm as 82 back in the month of March, and we think we could go above that number on this very first day of May. Yeah, I'm up on the weather deck downtown Portland. brought to you by Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking. All of our cameras show sunshine. There's a bit of a light breeze up here, but the morning chill, I was up here in the 6 o'clock hour and it was cold. That chill is gone. I'm very comfortable in my short sleeves. Here's the Schnuckwins Casino Resort camera in Lincoln City showing a temperature in the mid 50s with blue skies. All of the cameras are showing sunshine. Here's the situation down in our state capitol. You see the activity at the noon hour in front of the Capitol. 64 is the lunchtime temperature. And here's the view across the Willamette downtown from our Rose City camera here in Portland. And we are at 66 degrees. We're at least going to warm up into the low 80s, another 15 degrees. That seems to be a give me, I believe, for this afternoon. Here are the temperatures. There are some 70s, including West Lynn already. And then we have temperatures down in the Mid-Valley that are generally in the 60s, although it's warmer up in Canby at this hour. And your day planner, there's that projected high at 4 o'clock of 85 degrees. Can we warm up 19 more degrees? I think we can. That's your forecast for now.
Oof. All right, thank you, Rod. Superintendents from 7 of Oregon's largest school districts are sounding the alarm about the recent federal actions that's impacting children in the state. In a joint statement, superintendents say the cuts to federal food aid has already left hundreds of thousands of Oregon children in hunger, and the elimination of Head Start and Early Head Start means 12,000 Oregon children will lose access to medical screenings and early childhood education.
Decisions made in D.C. are showing up as empty plates in Oregon, and it's our children who are going without.
And so we ask you to recognize that harm to children and families is not just pending, it is happening, and it could get significantly worse.
The White House has previously stated, quote, "We are sending education back to the states where it so rightly belongs." In developing news, a heart-stopping moment in southeast Portland when a mother says a stranger abducted her young daughter and nearly got away with her. Catherine Cook has a story.
It's all been very traumatic. I didn't sleep last night.
For Scotty Grimes.
And when I did, I just had nightmares.
Her worst nightmare came true Tuesday morning. It was just after 8 a.m. Scotty says for less than a minute, she left her 2-year-old daughter in her stroller outside her house on Southeast 50th and Harrison. But less than a minute is all it took.
Like someone came onto our property and took my child.
When Scotty came back outside, her daughter was gone. She says a man was pushing her daughter down the street about 2 houses away. She chased after him, punched the guy, and retrieved her daughter.
Like, you're gonna mess around and find out, buddy. Like, I'm not the one.
That's one of the more amazing things about this, is that she was able to get up there and physically intervene. That's very dangerous, but certainly, as a parent, I think any of us would do the same thing.
Sergeant Kevin Allen says officers went door to door looking for security video of the incident.
We certainly want to find out who this person was.
Police dropped by Dr. Russell Mars's office next to Scotty's house.
Wish I was here to support her, but yeah, that's crazy, Haven't heard of anything like that. That's a new one for the area.
It's just kind of a shock to hear that happened.
Across the street, tattoo artist John Valley says he and his co-workers have been looking out for the suspect. Police described him as a white man in his 50s, about 6 feet tall. He was wearing a black beanie and a black medical mask, as well as a black zip-up sweatshirt and black jeans.
I hope they find him. Can't be having that.
Scotty is grateful her daughter is safe, but she can't stop thinking about what didn't happen.
What if I'd been like a minute or two too late? What if I didn't look up in time to see the stroller? What if?
Catherine Cook, KGW News.
Police are asking people who live or work near Southeast 50th and Harrison to check their security cameras. Anyone captured something connected to the case, likely around 8 a.m. on Tuesday, is asked to contact Portland Police. In an update, a grand jury indicted 2 suspects for allegedly stealing from more than 100 Portland businesses. So take a look. This surveillance video shows the thieves throwing a safe over the balcony of the Daily Planet restaurant before walking out with it. In a separate case, investigators say Tyler Long broke into Portland businesses by cutting through the walls of vacant spaces next door.
I feel like they knew what they were doing, which is scary. It makes it really hard for us and our community as a whole.
Police believe one of the suspects involved is part of a crime ring that targeted more than 100 businesses last summer. Each suspect faces about 15 charges.